This video is to allow you to correct the homework from section 5.3.1. The problems were 599 through 5103. So it says Mr. Nowling's garden has a length that is 7 feet more than twice his width. Draw a diagram to represent the situation, label each side of the garden, then write an expression for the perimeter. So the key information is that the length is 7 feet more than twice the width. So one way you could draw that out is to say, I'm going to use W for the width. And if the length is 7 feet more than twice the width, well, twice the width would be 2W. 7 feet more than that would be plus 7. Another way that they drew it out is they used X for the width, and then they showed here's my 2X, my twice the width, and the extra 7. So again, either way is fine, whatever makes more sense to you. But then ultimately, you would have to combine your terms to write an expression for the perimeter. So if we did it based on their drawing, we'd have x plus 2x plus 7 plus 2x plus 7, giving us a final perimeter of 6x plus 14. If we did it based on my drawing, you would get the same type of thing, w plus 2w plus 7 plus 2w plus 7, which would give you 6w plus 14. Don't forget to add the label of feet. Here you have to, again, show your work and then complete your number lines. So for the work, again, we've done this before, but we can see that this is negative 12 and this is 6, which means the difference between them is 18 units. We have to divide that 18 units by 3 sections or 3 spaces. So 18 divided by 3 means we're going up by 6s. So one way you could show that is 6 minus negative 12. If you did a keep, change, that's the same as 6 plus 12. There's our 18 units. And again, if we divide by 3 sections, we get a difference of 6. So then that tells us our values that are missing. Same concept here. Difference between 0 and 20 sections, which means we're going by 350 for each time. So to the left of 0 would be negative 350. To the left of that would be negative 700. This would be 350. This would be 1050, and so on. And then here, difference between 0 and 33 is 33 units. Divided by 3 sections means we're going by 11s. And again, that allows us to put in these missing values. But make sure that you're showing how you found out what we were going up by or what increments we were going by. Here we've got her shopping, sees that the purse that she wants is marked with a discount of 1/3 off. So we would start by figuring out what is 1/3 of $80. You could change 1/3 to the decimal, 0.3 repeating, or you could take 80 divided by 3, because we know that taking 1/3 of something is the same as dividing by 3, just like taking 1/2 of something is the same as dividing by 2. Either way, we get 26.6 repeating, but we have to round that because this is representing money. So $26.67. That, don't forget, is again the discount, which is not the same as what she'll pay. So we'll take that $80 minus that discount to find out her amount that she needs to pay, with the sales price. Here, make sure again you're showing your steps. So start with your parentheses. Negative 4 plus 3 would be negative 1. Then you also do your exponent, which is 2 to the second power is 4. Multiplication would come next. Negative 4 times negative 1 is 4. And then lastly be addition. Here you may want to do a rewrite because this would be negative 3 plus negative 3 plus negative 3 plus positive 3. Again, that's from our keep, change. Or you could leave it as negative 3 minus 3 minus 3 plus positive 3. Either way, your final answer is negative 6. Here you would do your multiplying first. Positive times a negative would be a positive. So we get negative 17 plus 8. And then that, of course, is negative 9. Here you have parentheses within parentheses, so you do the innermost first. So the negative 3 times 5 and the 2 times negative 6, which would give us negative 15 here and negative 12 here. then 2 plus negative 5, or pardon me, 2 plus negative 15 times 3 plus negative 12. Well, the 2 plus negative 15 would be negative 13. The 3 plus negative 12 would be negative 9. Again, remember when these two parentheses butt up against each other with no operation in between, we're going to multiply those. So our final answer is 117. Here we have a proportions web. We know that this robot can wrap 434 pieces of candy in 5 minutes. So remember, for your proportions web, first we need to figure out the unit rate, which ends up being 86.8 pieces of candy per minute. Then we will make our proportions web by filling in the information that's important. So this is our 86.8 pieces of candy wrapped per minute. This is our constant proportionality. We'd make a basic T chart. They made theirs very basic. 0 minutes would be 0 pieces of candy. 1 minute would be 86.8 pieces of candy. You could do additional values, including 5 minutes would be 434 pieces of candy. They did a basic graph. Again, it should have a title, something like candy wrapping robots, wrapping candy or something. Label on the bottom, like minutes. Label on the side, pieces of candy. And at least 2 values, which is what they did. There are 2 values from their um, T chart or table. Connect them to make a line. And of course, your equation. The other thing they should have included in their equation is that T represents time and P represents pieces of candy. So again, theirs is a little more simplistic than yours should be. You should have a label for your graph and a title. You should have what T represents and what P represents in your equation, and maybe even one more point in your table.